Hello, everybody. I want to do I believe it's episode 6 of The Last of Us Season 2. So we kind of knew from the trailers and stuff that it would be a flashback episode from the missing time between seasons 1 and 2. Um, and basically, I think this will be a fairly short, breakdown and whatnot because it's pretty straightforward. It's a lot of stuff from the game. It's a lot of stuff that fans have been saying. Why wasn't this in the show yet? It was in the game. Like it starts out. Um, Joel is looking for things to make a guitar. Now, I didn't realize at first what he was doing, but eventually I was like, oh, he's making a guitar. Because um, he plays Ellie. It's her birthday. He makes her a cake. It's kind of tradition every year. Um, he makes a cake for her. And then he gets her a guitar. He makes her a guitar, basically, fixes up an old guitar and plays her the song from the game, which is actually a Pearl Jam song from Lightning Bolt album that came out in 2013, fall of 2013. I still remember buying this CD and listening to it over and over again on my parents' Bose at the time, which we still have the Bose, but the CD feature doesn't work. Now I get a lot of Pearl Jam albums either on Spotify or on actual LP record. So they sound so much better on an LP record than on CD. But CDs doesn't sound bad. It still sounds better than like a digital recording, to be honest. And so he plays her that song and sings it to her and plays it on the guitar. Future Days by Pearl Jam on the Lightning Bolt album. And then they go on patrol, and I don't know if it was patrol or they're just riding through the woods. I guess it was her birthday, wanted to do something special for her, so he brings her to this big dinosaur, which is in the game. The dinosaur is in the game. She climbs the dinosaur, and then from the top she could see the museum. And they go to the museum from the game where they do all the space stuff and go in the space capsule and puts on the space helmet, just like from the game. And I didn't play the game, but I've heard that this is all in the game from people that have played it. So they did that, and then they showed them on her on patrol with him, and he told her, go back, something bad's happening. So she says, no, I'm not your daughter, I'm your partner. Meaning like partners in crime, so to speak, or whatever. I'm just joking, of course. So they ride on and find Gail, who is the therapist, her husband, and that you find out from episode 1 where they're talking about his death and how she's like, I realize why you had to kill him, but they could have, he wasn't infected long enough that he was gonna like turn right away. They could have brought him back to the gate tied up to say his goodbyes to his wife, and Joel took it upon himself to just shoot him in the back of the head. I don't know if that's in the game because I don't play, but even if it wasn't, it was a really strong scene. And then it ends with, and then it's somewhere in the middle. Joel, it's her birthday again, her 19th birthday. Is it her 19th? I think it's her 19th. He walks in on her, basically making out with Dina, and he kind of gets a little homophobic himself there, and not really understands. And I think all parents from a certain generation can be a certain way like that at first, until you come around to the idea of, hey, my kid's gay. So they had some words, and he didn't like the fact she was getting tattooed and doing drugs and whatnot, smoking pot. And so the tattoos, I don't know if they brought this out yet in the show. They are, in the game they brought this out, they are to cover up her bite marks so that people don't know she was bit. So Dina was helping her do that. And then she's like, that night he hears like noises, and it's her moving it's pouring, raining, and she's moving her stuff into the garage. And he's like, no, no, it's raining. Don't, and there's no heat in there. So he's like, and eventually he comes around to the idea, and he's like, okay, look, I'll help you move your stuff into the garage. Um, so just let me fix some stuff up in there for you. So, she's grappling with this idea throughout the episode of not knowing whether Joel told her the truth about killing all those fireflies, and whether it was what he told her, that it was um, raiders that he had to kill and whatnot, and that killed all the people, and he had to kill them. But at the end of the episode, it goes back to the dance that you see in episode. Was it 1? The end of episode 1? The dance? Or was that episode 2? I forget. But the dance, I think it's episode 1 at the end. But they're showing it from a different point of view, from Joel's point of view, and what he saw and what he was doing. And then they meet up on the porch, and again from the game they have this like really long talk, and Joel's like, he tells her the truth. Yeah, it was, I had to do it. They were gonna kill you. Yeah, it would have. And she's like, would it have cured everybody? He's like, yeah, but. And she's like, why'd you do it? I had a purpose in life that was going to be something meaningful, that I was going to save the world. And he was like, I did it because I loved you. And he was crying, like tears were coming down his eyes. And she's like, I don't want to forgive you, but I want to try to forgive you. And supposedly, I don't know if word for word, but this conversation on the porch happened in the game. So I like to see like all these flashbacks from the game happen, or not come back into the show, even if in a flashback episode. It was really cool, and it was cool to see Joel again in the show, because I really, he's my favorite character in the show. I watched the show with my dad; is his favorite character as well. We love Pedro Pascal; he's one of our favorite actors. We love him in The Mandalorian. We love him in this. Everything he's in, we love him. So basically, they are having their last conversation before Joel gets killed by Abby. And he pours his heart out to her, and I think she understands. She understands, and the next time she sees him, he's dying on the floor at the hands of Abby. And that's why she does what she does. I mean, otherwise, maybe she would have decided not to kill her, not to go through with all this, and stay in Jackson. You know, help out where she can in Jackson. By the way, I was scratching my nose, not picking it or anything. So just, I know a lot of people probably would wonder that, but anyway, not to get weird here. Sorry, but yeah, it just the fact that they did the gameplay flashbacks, that everyone, I think all the gamers were like, why isn't this in the game? Why isn't this? I mean, why isn't this in the show? Why isn't this in the show? And finally, we're getting all the stuff from the game that we didn't get in the now we're getting in the show. And then it ends with, after the conversation on the porch, it fades to black, and then you see her walking in the rain, and it's the Seattle, and she's going back to that theater where supposedly Tommy was held up. I guess she's going back to see Tommy. And in the highlights, and there will be spoilers with this, of course. So I will put that in the description. I mean, I will put that in the title. But in the coming attractions, it looked like Dina might get captured by that cult that splayed that guy's guts and intestines and everything with that sharp what is it, like a meat hook or something like that, or was it a farming tool or something? I don't know. It looks like they get her. I don't know if she makes it to game 2. I mean game 3. I might look that up just to see. But I really hope she doesn't die. That would be like, I really like her character. She's a really likable actress. The actress that plays her, and I would be like really upset if she died at the hands of that cult, you know. But I guess if it was in the game, you got to go by what's in the game, or it's gonna get really confusing piecing it all together. So anyway, that's gonna be it, guys. I really like the episode. I know I don't rate all the episodes. I mean, I don't know if I've rated an episode yet of this, but because they brought Joel back, because they brought a lot of pieces from the game back, a lot of the storylines from the game back, into the show, I'm gonna give this a 10 out of a 10, a solid 10 out of a 10. I really, really liked it, and anyway, have a great night, guys, and or day wherever you are, whatever hemisphere you're in. Happy Sunday, and may the force be with you, and God bless.